it's really me, Renee with an A. And it is Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. And on this Sunday, celebrating my boy. Come here, boy. Come here. Come here. Celebrating this boy right here. My Roskoe. Isn't he a handsome boy? His face used to be all black right here, where the white is, and the white on his eyes. He used to be a total black face puppy dog. He is a Jack Russell Terrier. He is 17 years old now. And it's a sad but happy Sunday today, if that even makes sense. I'm just spending the day with him because tomorrow he will go over Rainbow Bridge. Yes, he will cross over tomorrow. We have an appointment at the Humane Society here, and he'll go to his eternal rest tomorrow. And yes, I'm sad. I'm very sad. Very, very sad to lose my boy. We've had him since he was 6 weeks old. He's been our little boy, my son. It's like losing a family member. And what makes it even tougher, harder, is when you have to decide to have it done. That's what makes it tough. That he just didn't, not that it's the easy way, he just didn't go in his sleep or, die some other way. It's tough that I have to go take him myself. But I'm going to be a good mommy, a good fur baby mommy, and know that, look at the screen. You gonna be in the camera? And know that it's time that I have to take him. Has to go. He's my good boy. He's my good boy. Got a Happy Meal here for him. I'm gonna feed it to him here in a minute. Cause I'm happy, happy, happy. Yes, him gets a Happy Meal today. He gets whatever he wants today. Don't you, boy? He's a good boy. Yes. He's a good boy. That's my boy. It's like, Mom. Look how handsome he is. Let me tell you a little bit about Roskoe. He's a feisty little something. He has been, even now in his old age. I mean, he's a fighter. Ever since he was little. That's why I knew I liked him. The first time I knew, well, of course, I liked him from the very beginning when I first laid eyes on him because he was the cutest thing ever. But he was feisty. He was hanging on my brother's dog, who was put to rest this year also, Bo. He was hanging on his ear, and Bo was a bigger dog. And Roskoe's like this big. He was tiny. And hanging on that big dog's ear, I said, oh no, I got me a feisty one. I love it. Then, not long after that, maybe just a couple years, maybe when he was 2 years old, or maybe not even that old, as he jumps off the picnic table. Did you hear that? Still, as old as he is, he just jumped off the picnic table. He's still, which makes it hard, he still has a whole lot of life in him, but he is really sick. He is really sick, and I don't want it to get any worse than what it is, now. But we had to put up not one baby gate, not 2 baby gates, but 3 baby gates. I had a doorway in the kitchen in the house that we were living in, and I just needed a door. And so we put up one. No, he jumps right over that. Jack Russell Terriers are like that. He used to jump right up into my arms if you're standing up or other people. He should have been in the circus. And a lot of those type of dogs are. They're in movies, they're in, shows, circuses, dog shows, things like that, because they're jumpers, they can do tricks. That's how Jack Russell Terriers are. Little trick dogs. And so we learned real quick, no, you can't just have one baby gate up. So we put 2 up. Well, he cleared that too. I was like, this little sucker, he would get out while we were, at work. We should have just put him in a little crate or something. But I didn't really want to do that. I want him to have room and free range. No, can't give him free range. Could not. Put up the 3rd baby gate. We come home, and that little sucker, he is hanging at the top of the 3rd baby gate at the top. There's only about this much left room between the top and the baby gate of the doorway. And he's hanging by his collar on that very top baby gate. How long was he hanging there? He almost got over the 3rd baby gate through that little crack. I knew then he was a keeper. I knew then that was my boy. Oh, he's something. He chewed up my rugs I had when he was little. I paid a couple $100 for some of those rugs, which I never pay that much for stuff because I wanted something nice, It was like 3 or 4 rugs or something for $100 or $200. They were nice, like woven, braided, old school type looking rugs. He chewed the centers out of them. Oh yeah. He got into the bathroom. He chewed up the toothpaste, the toilet paper. He was something. He was something. And he loved binkies. That's what we call him. He'd have stuffed animals. It didn't matter what they were. The first ones we call the original binkies was his teddy bear. And I think it was a bear and then a dog. As long as they were the type that had like a little tail on the butt part of the stuffed animal, he would use that like a pacifier. He'd put like the tail or a piece of it like in his mouth, and then he'd have his little paws around it, and he'd tug at it and make a little noise, and he'd go to sleep like he was still suckling on his mom or like a pacifier. Yes. Love that about him. And actually this past year, he stopped doing that. He would have nothing to do with the stuffed animals anymore, which so saddened my heart because every time I went to the thrift store, I would get him, because it would only be like 50 cents or something or cheaper, I'd get him another stuffed animal. He used to have a whole big basket full of them. And green rope, I'd say, go get the green rope. He'd go get the green rope. Go get the red rope. He'd get the red rope. He was smart, I'm telling you. It's amazing animals, how smart they really are. We don't give them enough credit. Red rope, really love the green rope more than anything. Go get the green rope. He'd go get the green rope. Go get original binky. You could say original binky, and he'd go get that first chocolate-covered bear. Yes, and bring it to you. I mean, it's just insane what he used to do when he was back in his prime, when he was young and fresh. And but nowadays, this past year, he hasn't decreased more before that, to be 17 years old. I had no idea he would be still here with us today. And especially Bonnie had to leave this world, a month ago. I had no idea he would still be here and she'd be gone. It just amazes me. That's just life. You never know when someone's going to die or an animal or whatever. Never know when our time is supposed to be. That's just the order of life, the process. But he's been a healthy dog too. This is the thing. I mean, some people might judge me for this, but I take my animals to the vet or regular checkups and things. I mean, I don't do that for myself unless I need it, unless what's the point unless you know you need to go or you're sick or something. Yes, if he or my animals or us, if we're sick and we're in need of help, we go, clearly. But especially with the animals, unless they needed help, we don't take them on daily visits to clean the teeth and nails and all this. Kind of did all that stuff ourselves. And really low maintenance dog, really, to tell you the truth. But he was healthy his whole life. He went to the emergency vet one time in 17 years. And this is only because, and he really didn't even need that visit. We were out in our yard the place we lived in at that time, and he was around a tree and yelped really loud, like, yep, like something bit him. And I thought I saw something like shoot up through the leaves. And he had like a swollen little area in between his paws right here. I thought he got bit by a snake. It swelled up, it looked bad, so I was like, I don't know what to do. So we took him immediately to the animal emergency place, and come to find out it was just a stupid old little fire ant. Just a little fire ant bite right here in between. He was fine, there was nothing wrong with him. They just did his vitals. They didn't even charge us because there was, nothing wrong. But better safe than sorry, because if it had been a snake, it could have killed him, if it was a venomous snake. So, other than that, he's never had to go. He's never broken a bone. A lot of smaller dogs are Jack Russells because they jump. Like you see he's still doing it in his old age with his bones brittler than they are, have been when he was young. He still jumps off the bed, the couch. Sometimes he'll go flying off the back of the couch behind me. And I'm like, there he goes. He's going to break a hip or a leg. Never has broken anything. Thank the Lord. I prayed over him because, I could not have children. 10 years. It was so hard of not being able to get pregnant, not having kids. The desire was so strong there that I wanted children and could not have any children. So early on, when we found that out in our marriage, because me and John be married 17 years come next year. So Roskoe was born, he was born right before we got married in December. And then he was the first gift I received from John for my birthday. So, he was born before we got married. So Roskoe has been with us through everything, through it all. He has been in every move with us. So it's like we've never known any different because we've always had him ever since we've pretty much been together and known each other. Roskoe was always there. So it was my gift to kind of ease that desire to have a child, and it helped. It really did help because he became my baby. Here he is. Come on. Come here. Come on, boy. You want to come up here? Come on. Hi. Oh, this is my boy. Hi. Him's a good boy. You exploring the yard? I love that boy. So he eased the pain of me not being able to have kids. And so he had a diaper bag. It was Winnie the Pooh. Do you remember that? Here, come up here and lay on that pillow. It was a Winnie the Pooh diaper bag I had for him. He had pacifiers, a million stuffed animals, like I said. He had pajamas. He had night shirts. He had t-shirts. He had a Harley Davidson jacket, leather jacket. He had an army fatigue outfit. He had Halloween costumes. He was an angel at time. He was a pirate. I think a pumpkin. I dressed him up all the time. He loved it. He did. He loved it. He had Christmas sweaters. He had a little Sherlock. I call it a Sherlock Bones little jacket that he wore a lot in the winter time. He had it all. He had reindeer ears. So baby blankets, beds, it all. He had it all. He had a good life. Totally. Spoiled rotten. Spoiled rotten. Oh, careful. Spoiled rotten. Excuse you. Spoiled rotten. He's seen me at my worst. He's seen me at my best. He's always been there, never judged me. That's what our little fur babies do for us, our animals. I really especially say it for the dog. They're so loyal to you when you treat them right, when you love them and they know that they're loved, and you give them that proper life that they deserve. And he's my special little boy. So I know I have to do this. He I mean, I don't know for a fact that he may have cancer or something like that. We've never got that found out or anything. He's drowning in his lungs. I do know that. He struggles breathing really bad. So when he does eat and stuff, he does that. It's like hard for him to eat. And then he'll get in a coughing fit. He's done this for a few months, or this whole past year. I've kind of let it linger on too long, really. He really should have been taken before now. But it's just so hard to let go. It's just so hard to do this. But he coughs so bad until he just passes out. I mean, just passes slap out. He has fell off the furniture because he's just passed out. Bam! And you can't even catch him yet. And I thought, he's dead. Or he's broke his arms and legs. His legs don't have arms. His legs, his paws, his back. I mean, he hit it hard. He's hit our floor in there really hard. He runs into the furniture. He cannot see. He cannot hear. I'll call him loudly, and he'll just. He faintly hears it. If I put my mouth right up to his ear, then he hears. He sniffs for me the whole time. As you see, he's right on my arm. Look at this. That's how it is. Even when we sleep in the bed, it's going to be so different for me because he's always by my feet, at the bottom of the bed. When he loses me in the house, he goes crazy. He'll go back and forth. He'll go in the bathroom. John will say, "You looking for Mama? Where's Mama?" He'll look on the bed. He'll look here and there till he finds me, and he'll almost freak out. He'll hyperventilate that he cannot find where I'm at as he jumps off the picnic table again. I can't control him. And he has incontinence. Real bad. Like, severe bad. He's always been a marker where because he's boy dog, he hikes his leg on the corner of furniture, corner of the bed. I've dealt with that now for 17 years. So yeah, furniture's been peed up many times in my life, cleaned up many a pee puddles, more than poopy puddles, but here now, more nowadays, it's all of that. All of it. Throwing up, the poop, just pees wherever now like a puppy. Doesn't even really hike his leg up anymore. He'll just go. And then he may have diabetes too, or it's a part of heart failure, congestive heart failure. I'm pretty sure, because he will drink. We still have the big bowl out, which now we just fill it up cups at a time, because he will stand there in front of that water bowl and lick up the water till it's all gone, and then poof, he spews it out. And you got to keep water in there. Nene needs to drink water, and he still does too. So it's hard to monitor that. But I know he's suffering. He's suffering some, not as bad as it will be if I let him linger on. So I was going to do it a month ago before we found out about what happened with Bonnie. And then I just could not do it. So I've waited till now, and I finally had made the appointment. And it'll be tomorrow morning at 9:30. So say a little prayer for me at 9:30. because this is tough. Like I said, I'm sad and I'm happy because he's lived a long, long life. A good one. A really good, long life. He's been my boy. He's kept me company. Like I said, he's never judged me, and he's loved me for who I am, just like God. That's why their little name, dog, spelled backwards, is God. There's a reason for that. He has showed me unconditional love like God gives us. Roskoe has shown me that all these years. He has been my best friend when I've had no one at times, and I've talked to him. I have. I'm not ashamed to say it. I talk to him all the time. And I talk for him because his words are unspoken, but you feel his love. And that's how it is with God, with us. He has shown me God's love so many times. He's taught me so many little lessons, and even from his young life now to be in his senior years, his last years. It's a whole different ball game when you have an older dog. It's not like when he was young. It's been trying at times. It's been different and, hard at times. So I know that now is the time. And I know I don't want to see him get to where he can't get up. I don't want him. He still has an okay little life right now. Up till now. There's been, those things with the passing out, the coughing, the drinking the water, the not being able to breathe, the incontinence. I can't see it getting any worse. I don't want to see him get that bad, where I just come home and he's laying in his stuff and can't move, or I don't want that for him. So I want to let him go now and end it on a good note and a good chapter of the life that Roskoe had with us. And remember the good times. There's been so many stories of Roskoe. Let me tell you one more story, and I'm going to end this vlog today. I don't want it to go on and on and on. He, when the first time we ever took him to the beach, this was earlier on, because we didn't take him back after that. Here he is. Look. I'm talking about you, boy. My bud boy. My bud boy. He's my good boy. Took him to the beach, okay? First mistake of that is riding in the car with young Roskoe. Nowadays, he doesn't do that. But back then, when Roskoe was younger, in his prime, you take him just down the street to the gas station, to the corner. He would chase cars inside of the car. Okay, this is what I mean. You're driving your car. He's in the back seat, okay? He'll get right here. You're driving. He digs in his claws. He's back here, and he'll have his little paws right here, and he's waiting for the oncoming traffic. So it has to be the oncoming traffic. So like this is your car, and this is the other cars coming this way. So it has to be that opposite, where you're driving forward this way, and the other car's coming the opposite ways. That's what he liked. He didn't like the cars when they're just going the same direction. They have to be going opposite directions. Like on a 2-lane road, and these cars are coming this way, and you're going that way. So it had to be like that. Oh, he loved it to get him going. He put his claws, sink them in, he'd be like, get off, and he'd be barking. And he gets so excited seeing the car coming, and then when it did, he'd boom! He would fly over the back seat and throw himself into the back windshield. Have you ever heard of a dog that did that? Now you have. Because Roskoe, that's what he did in the car. Ask anybody in my family that's ever rode with him. That's what he would do. And from the beach, it was the longest trip he's ever went on with us. He did it the whole entire time. From Charlotte area to the beach, it takes 4.5 to 5 hours with you stopping or whatever to get to our beaches. He did the whole time. Then we get to the beach. We're exhausted from him doing that the whole way. He would not stop. Yes, you little monkey. My little monkey dog. Then I was like, okay, let's get him out there on the beach, because this is like my kid. I had no kid at this time. So it's like, I want to build sandcastles with him. I want to play in the sand. I want to get in the water with him. I want to put a little floaties on him. All that. Because this is my son. This is what I'm going to do. Get out there. He hates the water. We put him in. Hates it. I mean, hated it. He got out of that water so quick. And this is what this dog did. Soaking wet. He rolled in the sand, wet. Rolled on, wanting to get the water off of him. I have pictures of that. If I'm able to put it up here, I'm going to. He would roll. He rolled in the sand, and hence he was covered. He couldn't even move. Covered in sand. And he just laid there like, what happened? It wasn't not funny at the time. I mean, I laughed later after it. I laugh now when we tell the story. But it was so tough because he was literally, his whole face and everything. And then when you're wet and you try to get that sand off of him, it just didn't work. We didn't want to get it in his eyes. It was, yeah. I tell you, there's so many little stories with that dog. He has been amazing. Amazing. Such a hoot. Such a hoot. So today I'm celebrating his life. And so yes, I'm saddened that I have to let him go. But I'm happy for the years, many years, good years that I had with my boy, Roskoe. Roskoe Lee Martin. That's his full name. And AKA, I'd call him Bopey. I don't say that as much now. It was more like young Roskoe was called Bopey. My Bopey. But I call him my boy. But now more days is more just Roskoe. Roskoe Pico Train. I'd turn it in and say Roskoe Pea Stain sometimes because he's pea stained my rugs now. Well, that is what I wanted to share with you guys today. Just love on your fur babies. They're not with us long. Their little lives is more than just a faint moment. He's back there smelling me. Hey, boy. They're not with us long. I don't know why their little lives, they age so fast, way quicker than us. I wish they could be with us our whole lives. I don't understand that, but that's okay. But I am thankful for the years that I had him with me. And now it's time for him to go home tomorrow. And it's going to be bittersweet. And it's going to be hard. So please think of me tomorrow at 9:30. I'm going to take him for his eternal rest. So, love you guys. Be blessed this Sunday.